It almost seems like, Leon, you have a bit of a crystal ball. You're very forward thinking when it comes to your art.
I guess I've always had that a little bit of intuition when it comes to what sounds good, and kind of understanding what the landscape is currently, and then like trying to make something that is unique.
How has the lockdown been looking for you? Lots of guitar playing, lots of songwriting, lots of on social media doing little performances.
Totally. It's been good. I mean, like the isolation has been healing. I think a lot of artists kind of needed this time to recharge and just, reconnect for sure.
Another one of your incredible songs is Inside Friend, your song with John Mayer. Could you tell us about the process?
Totally. Yes, I was just making some music with my friends, and I went on Instagram Live, and John Mayer got on there and was like, yo, I want to come through. Initially, the concept was like how ideal it would be for a girl to come through to the house on the first date. And I know that's kind of a taboo thing, but it's like, for John Mayer, it's hard for him to go out and date without people taking pictures of him all, so it's like, hey, just come through and we can play some board games and
and whatever.
Watch a movie. Yeah, whatever, you know what I'm saying?
And whatever. Sweeter is such a special song. It's written from the perspective of a Black man taking his last breath, his spirit leaving his body. But you wrote it a while ago, but released it after the killing of George Floyd. So what was in your heart when you wrote it and when you made the decision on when to release it?
Yeah, I mean, throughout my career, I've always wrestled with how to talk about these social issues in my music in a tasteful way, and that was the moment. I mean, I've thought about these things for years, and that was the moment that I was able to write something that was just from perspective as opposed to being preachy. And it's a perpetual narrative, and I was compelled, when I saw George Floyd and what happened to him, and I was compelled to release this song now.
How much does being in Texas and living in Texas, how much does that influence when you talk about social issues and when you talk about race and when you write your music with a message?
Well, it's, I write from experience, and to experience racism, and as children, to have that conversation with our parents of how to conduct ourselves in the case of in encountering police, is something that has always been over our heads, and I love Texas, and I love the culture of Texas, and it definitely bleeds into my music, but there's racism deep rooted here, and not specific to Texas. It's everywhere.
When we look back on 2020, what do you hope that people take away from this journey?
Coming out of this, we should grow into understanding each other and having empathy for each other and taking care of each other.
It's the simple things now that I really like. I'm really taking in.
I don't miss the bar. I think the turn up is connecting with nature and those things, and that's something that I've tapped into, during this time.